Oh my God, look at the chart. What's happened? That's it. He's done it. It's a rug pull. We knew it was coming. We knew it. It's happened. Well, of course it hasn't happened. I knew and you knew, but some people didn't. But if you're in the know, then you're in the know. So today's video, we're just spending a little few moments, our final moments, with our beloved, most favourite token, Safuu. But equally important, we're looking forward to what's coming next. So let's go.
Maybe elevate, living life every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need.
Welcome, my dearest friend. Today, normal service is resumed. She's back. She's back because we need it today. And today, we've chamomile tea. Always my go-to when we need a bit of comfort, a bit of soothing. Here she is. So welcome, come on in, take a seat. I'm not here as always to give you financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. We're just here enjoying a gorgeous cup of tea and reminiscing a little bit about our favorite Safuu token. So please do your own research. Now today I'm beaming as usual from my conservatory, but you may be able to hear the rain beating against the roof. Welcome to November in the UK. Actually, I could say that about any month in the UK, but let's not get into that. So, I mean, it sounds a little bit like an ASMR video today. I'm hoping you can hear me. Speaking of ASMR videos, did you know I do have a little channel that is dedicated to providing relaxing, gorgeous ambiances to go with whatever you need. And I'm working on a little special thing for SafuuX, and that's coming in the next day or two. I'm going to link my other channel below, so if you want to pop across there and have a look at my work, that would be perfect. But also, of course, I'm going to speak about my quest to reach 1,000 subscribers on this channel. I'm currently at 914. Again, we're still creeping upwards, so I would appreciate it if you enjoy this content. If you're watching and haven't subscribed, then please do consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Thank you. Okay, so today I have donned especially my Safuu hoodie, presented to me by Daniel Prado in Dubai. Thank you, Daniel. I'm wearing it proudly, but it's also slightly in memoriam of our beloved Safuu, because of course last night, well, about 12 hours ago, we saw the end of the sacrifice period, and certainly within, I don't know, I think it was within about half an hour, suddenly we saw a huge red candle on Safuu, and we knew that was Brian draining the liquidity of Safuu in order to pump it and support SafuuX and what's coming down the line. But I've got to be honest, I felt a little tinge of sadness, even though I'm hugely excited about what's coming in the next few months. I don't know, I just briefly kind of, Safuu. And although we've had a number of really important points in the development of SafuuX in the last few weeks, you know, we saw the purchase of the nodes, we saw the end of Safuu rebasing. Just seeing that price plummet, I think it went to below 1 cent last night. It just made me a little bit sad. However, it was a little brief indulgent moment, and I soon got over myself. I had a chat with myself, and we started thinking about SafuuX. But it did start me thinking really about the last 8 months and just how far we've come. And I was thinking, when did I first find out about the blockchain coming? And of course, I think the blockchain has always been part of the Safuu kind of roadmap. But I did look back to a really interesting conversation that took place on one of Brian's AMAs back in May, I think it was. And it's when we'd just been introduced to Jason, Plan B, and it was Jason and Brian talking about the coming blockchain. And I'm just going to share it here because it's so interesting. Just have a look at this.
We are going to be a Binance chain fork, okay? So we aren't going to be a layer 1, it'll be a layer 2. So basically it's a fork of Binance's chain as a layer 2 solution, okay? So yes, it'll be auto rebasing, yes, it'll be auto compounding, you know, everything that we're saying, we will be the number one, so the first, number one, the biggest, the best, and the only auto rebasing blockchain out there, okay? When will it be released or when's testing? You got to understand, guys, there is a lot of work to do here, okay? It is not easy to create a blockchain. It's not just forking Binance chain, you know, through GitHub and then putting it out there and saying, hey, we've got a blockchain. That's not how it works at all. There's a lot of money being spent. There's a lot of manpower. We're talking about 20 to 25 people that's just solely focused on this blockchain thing, probably more, and a lot of money. But I'm going to go through the development stages and timeline here, okay? So that's why we're saying, look, even though we've got, you know, June, you know, July next year as a, you know, we can release it by then, we obviously want to push forward a lot quicker. And if we can do this in 160 to 170 working days before Christmas, you know, hypothetically, if we can, fantastic. I don't want to commit to that, like you guys know already. I'd rather under commit or, you know, under promise and then over deliver, right? So if we've promised, okay, we're going to do it by June next year, well, let's see if we can push it by Christmas, right?
So that was Brian and Jason speaking in May about what would be a layer 2 blockchain coming by next July at the latest, and I hope that they could pull that forward. And here we are in November, already, you know, way down the road of our new blockchain arriving in January. And I'd forgotten how quickly this has all happened. And, you know, I think that little clip that I've just played you just really shows how damn hard Brian and the team have pushed this forward, because back in May it was still only like a pipe dream that we might have a layer 2 blockchain by Christmas, and now we have sacrificed and we are about to any second, I think, start rebasing SafuuX for the launch of a layer 1 blockchain in January. I tell you what, hats off to Brian and Jason and everybody that's been involved in this. You are incredible. And of course, the other thing that happened once the liquidity started to be drained was all sorts of FUD coming back into Discord. And actually, probably FUD is a little bit unfair, because actually I think it was actually Safuu investors that, let's say, have been out of the loop and we're literally popping into Discord. Clearly they'd seen Safuu going to almost nothing, and we're coming into Discord and saying, what the heck's happened? What's going on? Is it a rug pull? Yikes. And you know what? I do have to admit to a little bit of sympathy for those people. Maybe one cell in my body is a bit sympathetic, because they've clearly not been keeping up to date with anything in at least 6 months to do with Safuu. But my momentary sympathy moments actually disappeared very quickly. And I don't mean to sound cruel, but oh my gosh, what? You know, when you've got people coming in Discord saying, I've been keeping up with Brian and they never said anything about this. Oh, come on, please. Get a grip. Grow up. Take responsibility. You have been out of the loop. This is crypto. This is DeFi crypto. There is no excuse. No excuse. If you sleep on your investment, then you sleep on your investment. I'm sorry. my God, I must have made 100 videos. Never mind the likes of Daniel Prado, the Greek, everybody else making videos, Brian's AMAs. The Discord has talked about nothing for 5 or 6 months. Where have you been? Sorry, you've missed it. Actually, I almost forgot. I'm talking about the end of Sacrifice, but of course it's not the end of Sacrifice. It's the end of Safuu Sacrifice. But if you're coming across this video and don't have a clue what Sacrifice is, and fear that you've missed out, you actually haven't missed out. You still have an opportunity to get into SafuuX before the launch of the blockchain. You can now sacrifice Bitcoin, wrapped Bitcoin. There is a Bitcoin bonanza. Take a look at it. It's not too late, but you know, don't sit on this. Have a look. Still get in. And sorry, that's my cool moment over, hopefully. The other thing I wanted to touch on was, though, all power to the elbow of those that had the insight to buy Safuu as it plummeted last night to below a cent and has now rallied to about 2 cents, and I think even touching 3 cents as I make this video. And people were going in. You know, I was one of the, in my mind, watching these buys happening, going, oh my God, people are crazy, what's going on? And people were buying thousands of Safuu. And of course, what they've done is they've gambled on Safuu and buying it so low and then just going up a little bit. And I think people are making some real money on Safuu. It's crazy. And that's why we love this. I didn't do that. Maybe in the future when I see the, you know, the decline, the death or the draining of a token, I'll be doing that. But, you know, you live and learn, and every day is a school day. But well done. Shout out to those people. So I think I'm making my final farewells in this video to our beloved Safuu. Safuu, you have been amazing. You will always be part of our lives. But you are making way for something that is going to be even more incredible. And that is, of course, SafuuX. By the way, bucket hats available in my online shop. Link below. Just saying. Never miss an opportunity. So guys, of course, this week has seen the end of Safuu. Oh, sorry, I need to be very clear. Safuu hasn't ended. It will continue for the next 12 years or whatever it is. But Safuu as we know it has absolutely died. And welcome to the birth of SafuuX. So this week has seen some really exciting stuff as well about SafuuX. We are expecting our SafuuX to start rebasing any moment. I think we're just waiting for an announcement, and I think we're also waiting for the publication of the DApp, through which we will, that's my understanding, through which we will be able to you know, peer at our beloved SafuuX and see them growing day by day. But also this week we had some tantalizing morsels from Brian in his AMA. We met the gorgeous, lovely Caitlin, who's now part of the Safuu team, and I thought she was fantastic on that AMA, dangling little carrots about the work she's doing with the central exchanges. And this is what she said.
Yes, of course. Yep. So not only am I handling kind of like the Skyway applications, but I've also been tackling like reaching out to exchanges and all the people that the exchanges that are reaching out to us, which is actually really great to see. We have about 9 or 10 exchanges that we're currently in talks with. So I would say as far as like tier 1 exchanges right now, we're probably, I would say 2, 3 that we're talking to, I would say that are tier 1. And then, you know, definitely a few kind of tier 2 ones. And when I say tier 1, I mean, you know, like big ones that we're all very, very familiar with.
So I think we're just, again, waiting for some amazing announcements about the sexes. We also had the amazing announcement. Everything's amazing, isn't it? It's incredible, but it is. We also heard about the new partnership with Daylight, and we met Ted, who I thought, you know, incredibly impressive, as I said on my last video. We also know, and we've heard in the past week or so, or 2 weeks, about the number of potential projects that will be launching on the new blockchain in January. This is it. This really feels to me like a moment to savor, to reflect on Safuu, but to absolutely look to the future. And let me tell you, I feel even more bullish, if it's even possible, about where this is going. These next 2 months, oh gosh, it feels like it's going to take forever. But, you know, we are going to be busy with nodes and the node news. We're going to hear about more projects. We're going to hear about central exchanges. It's going to be exciting, and really 2 months is going to fly, and we will be in SafuuX before you absolutely know it. And I literally cannot wait. But that's all I wanted to say, really. So no news as such. I just want to take the moment to reflect this point in our history. And this will be a historical moment when we look back. I have no doubt when we look back on SafuuX, we will say, gosh, do you remember when? Do you remember when the sacrifice ended? Do you remember when the liquidity was drained from Safuu? Do you remember when we started rebasing SafuuX? It's going to be great, but I could sit here all day and talk about it. I'm not going to, because it's a bit noisy. Thank you as always for watching. I hope you enjoy my content. As I say, if you do, please do subscribe. But in the meantime, I am going to say my farewells. I hope to see you in my next video. But for now, as always, stay Safuu and cheers.
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days.